Welcome everybody once again to the Hunken Cash Club. It's well known that you can make money on others' misery, but is it possible to make money on happiness? Well, to find that out, today we're looking at Finland, the happiest country in the world. And specifically, we're looking at Finnish big beer, the happiest industry in the happiest country. And the perfect company to look at for this sort of thing would be Olvi. But they're not only in Finland, they operate in 6 countries, from Finland to Belarus to Denmark. Their exposure to Finland and Belarus separately are about the same size as the other countries combined. The company was founded a really long time ago in 1878. Last year their net sales was over 650 million and they have over 2,400 employees. Here are the figures for the last quarter, and here, as you can see, the net sales, they fell in all regions except for Belarus, and their sales volume and EBIT aren't looking too great either. And in a short while we'll get into the main reason why, but my opinion is it's not really permanent and this may be a pretty good buying opportunity. They are pretty diversified with, of course, beer being the biggest among all of these segments, but they also have pretty good sales in soft drinks, water, and also other alcoholic drinks such as seltzers, ciders, and some long drinks. And if you're from any of these countries where they sell, I'm sure you're going to recognize these brands, but if you're not, then I can also assure you that these are brands that are considered pretty high quality and are also popular among many different kinds of people, including myself. And the last quarter, sales volume of non-alcoholics grew, while overall volume decreased, as you saw. And they also actually took market share in the non-alcoholic drinks. Some more figures: beer 52%, while the other ones are sharing the rest of the 48%. They have been growing their sales volume even for longer than 2020 at a pretty decent rate actually. So they have the track record with this management. Also operating profit, as you can see, was pretty flat, but it's now picking up. And cash flow has been a bit lower due to them doing some renovations on a warehouse they built in Iisalmi, and also of course the transition to non-alcoholic drinks from mainly beer. But that's going to be the case in pretty much every beverage company. So what about the stock price? Well, all time they're one of the best performance in Finland, I believe, and been over 10 baggers since 2000 and even later than that. But yeah, they had a pretty nice run up until 2022, and then since then they fell pretty hard. The sales have been growing, the earnings have been growing, and I think this is the sort of opportunity where you might get a great value buy. But yeah, we'll see about the valuation. But this last fall, you can see the latest month down over 10%, mainly due to the earnings, I think, and they weren't even that terrible, and the reason they gave for the falling figures, I think that's mostly seasonal. The chart you're looking at is the maximum temperature of each day from May until, well, now pretty much in Helsinki. And to make my point clear, I put these 2 lines here, one representing 20 degrees and one representing 25 degrees. Normally, June would be a big month for Olvi to sell, because Finnish people like to drink beer in restaurants, but also from other places, mostly when it's warm weather outside. And June has been unusually cold this summer, which you can see with the temperatures hovering between 15 and 20 degrees most days. And as you know, Q2 ends with the 1st of July, which according to this black bar was just about when temperatures started to rise. So they had bad luck with the Q2 figures according to this graph, and this is also what they told us in the conference call, that it was unusually cold June. But the July, on the other hand, in Finland has broken many records for heat waves, and my personal opinion is people weren't drinking that much in June. They will be drinking, or they were probably drinking more in July, because July was really hot, and I think that's going to show up in the Q3 figures, and we might see a pretty decent rebound then. So what do the company themselves see about year 2025? Well, of course, blaming geopolitical uncertainty and somewhat inflation and competition, and yeah, that's to be expected. In a bad quarter, you're gonna blame something. And what are they gonna do? Well, try some M&A maybe, and passion for people. Yeah, take care of the employees. Yep, that's good. And of course, they're gonna have to mention data. Maybe they're gonna be good at handling data, but we'll see. And one thing sort of sticks out in this page for me, and that's well, consumer confidence and household disposable income recovering. And yeah, well, what, you have no clue? Well, I don't either, but I mean, you're gonna put it there and recovering a dot question mark. I think that's pretty funny. But it is a true fact still that that's important, because in the same way that other companies have been experience a sort of premiumification where consumers are switching out volume of cheaper beers for less volume of more expensive premium beers. But right now, they said in a conference call, they're sort of even seeing the opposite of this, where customers are going back to cheaper beers, and that's of course affecting their margins when they sell more, but it's cheaper. But yeah, if that premiumification trend picks back up, we can see some improvements back in the margins. Oh, what about the valuation? Well, this one wasn't the easiest one to do, because they've had the good growth, which now slowed down, but it's sort of seasonal probably. But I don't want to give them too high figures anyway, so even though they've been growing for 7 to 10%, I put 5 now as their growth values, and also gave them similar margins and multiples as they had in the 2024 comparison period. And if we take these numbers, we're going to get a market cap of just over €1 billion at February 2030. And if we compare that to today's market cap, by the way, Google's is wrong. I don't know how they calculate it, but the true market cap is around 630 million. They don't do buybacks, but they pay a pretty decent dividend of 4.2%. So if we take these figures, we get an upside of about 85% in total, which honestly gives us a good CAGR. It really does, and I'd be confident to believe in these numbers as well. But if we take these assumptions and we want to double our money, we'd have to pay no more than €28.45. And yeah, why not go ahead and put a price alert for this amount? It's about 10% down, I believe. Of course, you should do your own due diligence before buying then, but I mean, it could be a pretty good opportunity, I think. And yeah, it's a diversifier away from the US or wherever you invest the most. And perhaps investing in the happiest business in the happiest country would have some unexpected upsides. I don't know. But anyways, I mean, I hope you liked the video, and I'm doing my part in maximizing shareholder value. I hope you do too. And until next time, stay cashing.